Hello everyone and welcome to Mystic Jade's Taromancy. Today we are doing a love reading, and what we are asking is this relationship worth your time and effort? We're asking three separate questions. We're asking where you have been as a couple, where you're at as a couple, and where you are going as a couple. Alright, let's go ahead and get started and jump right in. I'm going to move these up and out of the way a little bit. And I'm going to turn over all the cards at the same time. So we have the Knight of Wands, we have Death, Self-Care, and the Nest. We're going to start here on the tarot cards, and then we're going to move into the rest. So here we have, this question, remember, don't be afraid of the Death card. Remember, this is where you've been, and the Death card is actually a card of transitioning and letting go of older versions of yourself. So there's no death happening here, unless you are actually mourning the grief of a loved one, and that's where you've been and you've moved on, and now you're coming into a better space. Then obviously that resonates. But for the instance of this reading, for where you have been at as a couple, this is very much like one of you was, if one of you is a fire sign, let this be confirmation. And then on top of that, one of you, I don't want to say like promiscuous. Yeah, that is like one of you had a little bit of like a promiscuous energy, is how to put it politely. But not necessarily an emotional sense, in a very like passionate, I'm going to stick my fiery wand in any spot that will take it, or any spot that I think can take the heat kind of situation. So where one of you is coming from is very promiscuous energy and finally being ready to settle down. The other one is coming from this energy of having gone through a lot of change and transition and rebirth, and really having been forced to bring themselves out of a dark place and into a place where they're even ready to have a relationship again, because things have not always been easy for them, and it's been very like two sides of the same coin, I think is the phrase I'm kind of looking for. But it's been very like, some days are good, some days are bad, some days are good, some days are bad. Like one of you has been in recovery mode and really trying to figure out how to move about the world again. And you are coming from a place of really understanding that you need to take care of yourself in order to have a healthy relationship. So you both have come out of a place where you've been really focused on self-care and healing, so that you're ready for a relationship. Because even this energy here that was very promiscuous understood that was not healthy, and it's like a lot of like heartbreaker energy, like just doing whatever they want without caring about what was left in their wake. You know what I mean? Just came in, set shit on fire, and then let the ashes just settle kind of energy is what that person used to, how they used to operate. And you may have even been, I don't want to say a victim of them at one point, but this may be a situation where you actually hooked up before, and you understood at the time that the energy was not right for each other, and there's been some sort of reconnection where you're both coming back together, and you're finally ready to step in a relationship with each other because you want to help each other grow and continue that last little piece of healing that you both have to do to finally be ready for a healthy lifelong relationship. And this card here is the Nest energy, is the Nest, 10 of Cups energy in the tarot, and it's a clarify that whatever the situation was things that kind of fell apart at home. And it could have been even things that fell apart at home for either one of you that really made that really shined a light on the things that needed to change and help you come out of this darker place. Okay, we're going to pull a color card for the energy of this question. What color represents where they have been? What color represents where they have been? Neptune, voice of your muse. And this card, Neptune, voice of your muse, what I'm getting is that you've almost been searching for this energy. You've been searching for the voice of your muse. And it's like heavy water energy also, that like you've just been kind of going through this cycle and transition, and you have been looking for a way out, and you feel like this relationship has finally brought you to a place where you can appreciate yourself and love yourself, and it's giving you hope for a way out. Okay, let's stack these back up and get on to question 2. For question 2, we're asking where you are currently at in the relationship. So we have 2 of Cups. Yes, love it. The 9 of Wands, okay. Crown. And the shadow in the window. So this is very like up, down energy. So you can be in a, I think you are in a place, you're currently in a place where you are working on things together. You both genuinely want to be together. You both genuinely have mutual feelings for each other. However, you have disagreements. And when you spend too much time together, you're realizing, possibly in situations where you don't necessarily get along, and things may be a little bit like up and down or back and forth or a little bit fiery, or it's almost like bickering energy. Like none of the issues are big enough to break you up. However, it's like very like bickering energy. It's just minute things that keep adding up, like little tiny problems, little tiny pests that keep adding up, and it's like wearing on your energy, and you're kind of exhausted from it. It's like, I love this person and I want to be with them. Like, why can't we work out these little minute details? Why can't we work out or let go of the small things and be more passive? Because when things are good, this person treats you like royalty. This person treats you exactly how you want to be treated. It's just this like poking, bickering like energy, you know? But overall, things feel really good, and you feel like this is finally the blessing and love that you have been desiring, and you just can't figure out why there's these little like pinpricks in the situation. With this card here, this is a 7 of Swords in tarot, and you came to this reading to figure out if it was worth it or not, because there's a lot of potential that there has been dishonesty in this relationship, and then that's what's creating this pesky energy. Because it's like, if there is dishonesty, I don't see it as like full on disloyalty or like full on them stepping out on you, but it's energy of them like not minding their eyes. It's energy of them still living a little bit like this, or you being concerned and not trusting that they're over this phase of their life. So you kind of have put up barriers and boundaries, and you ask a lot of pressing questions, and you're like, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure. And it's creating a lot of tension. I can ask directly. Let's ask directly if there is infidelity happening. This deck here is a yes or no deck, but I'm not going to take the yes or no directly on first sight, because there's a lot more insight on this deck than just the yes or no. Is there infidelity happening in this situation? Is there infidelity happening in this situation. Now, I'm going to warn you that you are watching a tarot reading that is for the collective. So please take any of this that resonates and leave what doesn't. And do not make huge life changes based off of the answers of this card. Make sure you are absolutely sure and have concrete evidence before you make any life-changing decisions. Okay? Is there infidelity? We have no. You are protected. Some things are beyond your control. The struggle is over. You know exactly what to do. Just be. So let this be some comfort that things, even if maybe things aren't exactly clean on the other person's side of the street, it's not nearly as bad as you think. And you may be making more of it than is necessary, because this person really does love and care about you, and they really want to see things through and have a future with you. Now remember, we had the 10 of Cups energy, and that's what you guys are both looking for. So it is time to put in the work to make this relationship worth it. I would say that this, from where you've been and where you're at, this relationship is worth it, and you have a lot of growing to do together, and you're really going to help each other. And you may be carrying around some fear. You may be carrying around some distrust from previous behaviors, previous actions, but it's okay to let go, and it's okay to just let spirit take things over from now. Even if somewhere down the line, like, this individual does end up acting, out of an inappropriate place, or, they do end up being deceitful in some way, you're gonna be okay. Like, this is part of the lesson of the relationship if this happens. So I would say don't expect it to happen, but if it does happen somewhere down the line, don't be surprised. But just don't put the expectation on it, because you don't need to be carrying that extra weight of like, oh, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do this. This is just a tarot reading. So please know and understand that things are going to be okay, and they're not necessarily as bad as you're making them out to be. There is a lot of bickering energy, so you do need to work on that energy. That I'm not going to discount that. There is a lot of bickering energy that you need to work on and work through. But part of working through that is you letting go of whatever has happened between you in the past, or whatever experience you know of that person in the past, and really trusting that things are going to be okay, because it's time for both of you to grow up and move on. Okay. And move on together. That's what I mean. Actually, let me spread those back out. We want to grab a color. What is the color energy for where this couple is at together? Loving your soul path, ruby rose. So this relationship is part of your soul path, and whether it ends up being forever or being just for now, it's okay. It is part of your path and part of your lessons. Not every relationship that we have is meant to last forever. Most of our relationships are meant to get us to a place where we can be strong enough to handle our forever relationship, where we've grown out of the immature habits and thought cycles and toxic relationship cycles, so that we're healthy enough to have a relationship with the right person in the future. So this is part of your soul path, and just love the process. Love the process and appreciate that you're learning and growing. Even if this person hurts you, face the hurt and appreciate the lesson. I know that's so hard, because when you're in the midst of the heartbreak, the last thing you want to hear is appreciate the lesson, right? However, it's so important for your growth, and your heart and your mind and your soul are going to be so much stronger for whatever you're going through, or have gone through, or going to go through. So this could be forever, and this could be for now. Whatever it is good for now. It is correct for now, and it is part of your soul path for now. And for our third question, we have, where is your relationship going? Nine of Cups, the High Priestess, and we have Snake, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this is very interesting. So where the relationship is going, you guys are going to be okay for a long time. The Nine of Cups is, in a typical tarot, is a man sitting on his throne or on a chair surrounded by his cups, and in a very, like, I don't want to say closed off, but in a very sure of himself way. So this relationship is going to offer you stability for a while. You're going to feel safe and comfortable for a while, and you're both going to feel very protected in this connection. This connection is absolutely a soul connection, and where your soul is meant to be at this time. Now, what is coming is still very unknown. The High Priestess and the Snake energy is very, like, veiled energy. The wheels of fate are still turning, and it's really gonna depend on how the two of you behave. It's really gonna depend on how hard the both of you want to work for this, because it's not even written in the stars yet. This story is still being written on if it's a forever thing or if it's a just for now thing. It is really going to depend on how you both move about in this situation. It's going to take strong communication skills from the both of you. That's what this card is to me, is communication. It's time to sit down and have a conversation, serious conversation. We need to sit by some tea. We need to sit together over some tea and work this out, kind of energy, because your intuition is going to tell you, and you're going to start to see when things are going I don't want to say south, but when things are starting to go in a different direction. They don't feel as good anymore. The energy feels a little bit selfish. This card is also energy of a little bit of selfishness. So you could be walking into energy where one of you is kind of taking more than giving, and there's a little bit of an imbalance. But for a while, you're okay with it, and it's providing you stability. But eventually, you're going to come into this place where your intuition is telling you it's kind of time to move on. And it's time to spin the wheel of fate and see what's next for you. So as much as it's unknown, I'm also getting very much like, be ready for this, be prepared for this to possibly not be your forever and only for your now. And that's okay. Like, be okay with that, because sometimes, I've said it before and I'll say it again, some people are here for a season and some people are here for a reason. I'm not the first person who said it. I'm not the last person who's going to say it. This person is only here for a season, but this season is like seasons, multiple seasons. This is going to be years long of your time, but it is not a waste of your time. And this relationship is worth your time and effort, because it is where you are to be right now. And I'm getting very much that you're still young, or you're in still young energy, you're young at heart, you have a lot of life left to live. So it's okay that this is just for now, because this just for now relationship is getting you ready for your forever. So just be prepared. And with the Wheel of Fortune and things still being uncertain in a sense, there is still energy that this could possibly be for your forever. But like I said, it's going to take a lot of mature communication between the both of you. You both need to genuinely be ready for it. And you're going to start questioning whether their F-boy energy is worth it still, whether their F-boy energy is still hanging around. And I'm going to tell you, they're really trying. They're trying very hard. I don't want to give any masculine energy the benefit of the doubt. Is the last thing you're going to catch me doing. However, I'm going to say that this person is trying very hard to be faithful and to show you that they love you and that you are their Two of Cups energy. You are their one. You are the one that they want, and they're going to try very hard, and they're going to put in a lot of effort to make sure that you feel safe and comfortable, and that you can kind of sit down and feel comfortable being surrounded by their love. They love you, and you love them, but it's just potentially not forever. Let's get a color. what is the energy? What is the color energy of where this relationship is headed? What is the color energy of where this relationship is headed? What is the color energy? Okay. We have sunset joy, pleasure and laughter, pale pink, gentle love. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the phase that you guys are going to be in for a while. You have pleasure and laughter, and you really have the ability to fill each other's heart with joy and comfort and gentle love. Find comfort in knowing that even if this is not forever, it is for now, and that's just good enough. That's got to be good enough for now, because you need to appreciate and walk into how it feels to truly be loved and appreciated by somebody else, because you don't exactly know how that feels completely, because you've been betrayed before. Whatever that death energy is that we picked up on the first question, that's an ultimate betrayal, and an ultimate, I don't want to say it's an ultimate betrayal, but you can be forced into these paths of transition and cycle change due to ultimate betrayal, and you may be carrying those traumatic issues into this relationship. So this person is really here to teach you how to feel and how to accept love. Okay, I think that's all we have for now. Thank you so much for sticking around. I wish you the best of luck in love and life, and I hope to read for you again soon. Bye-bye.